Thank you. Ooh, my name is Leslie and I'm an addict. Ooh, compulsion and obsession is real. Just let somebody ask you to share. Let me take a minute just to ask God to decrease me and increase him so that I may share a message, a clear message. That ego, fear, self-doubt. Did I say ego? Yeah, that part. Will get out the way. And the God of my understanding will show up. If you new here, welcome here. You welcome, wanted, needed, belong here. We need you here. We love you here. And if you don't know it, like just find somebody who believes. If you're having a hard time believing that you can put together another 24 hours, just stick around. Because we'll believe in you until you can believe in yourself. Our just for today in our readings, that's why they recommend like coming early, staying a little bit late. Because some of the time the miracle happens before the meeting and after the meeting. And if you don't get fed here, guess what? There's a whole bunch of other meetings. And this coronavirus. I know it ain't been that long. You know the what was the thing? The pandemic opened up a whole new world called Zoom. So, and if you don't hear your story here, if you don't hear your story at a men's meeting or a woman's meeting, and you don't identify, just keep coming. I pick up some literature. You'd be amazed what's in this book. My story, I found my story here. And one of the things, like I go to my home group, is the Black Belt Women's Meeting every Tuesday at 7:30 on 31st and Ainsworth. And it's just been sticking with me. And we read literature. And right now we're on the basic text. And a couple of weeks ago we was reading and a person, I think they was from an island, or they was from somewhere else. But they was talking about coming here out of desperation and staying here out of hope. See, I can identify with that. Because I came here broken. I came here beat up. They used to say, beat up from the floor up or something. No, don't let me start trying to be hip, thinking cool. I get it wrong all the time. Thank you, young lady. I just met her. I don't even, just met her. Handed me some gum. Take some. Take how many you like. Because as soon as I walked in, my mouth said, dry. And then she said, like, I'm from Brooklyn. And I used to say, yeah, you know what? I'm from New York. And I was in Brooklyn. And I started using in Brooklyn. Listen, I did 30-day bid in Brooklyn. I'm not talking about jail for real. I'm talking about like the hard knocks life. They had to get me up out of Brooklyn. I'm from a small place. I was wild. I was a wild child. Listen, I qualify. And so that's what I'm going to do. That's what I know to do, right? I know to qualify because, like, it's just us. And I'm going to date myself, right? There's a comedian back east, long time ago. Oh, I don't even know if she's still alive, Joan Rivers. She used to open up by saying, can we talk here? I don't know if y'all know her, right? But can we talk here, right? So I'm going to talk about, like, what qualifies me to be here, how I got here. And really, it's not about what you use, how much you use, who your connections were, what you done in the past, how much or how little you have. But only about your problem. What you want to do about your problem. and how we can help. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here, for helping me when I couldn't help myself, for just giving me that hope shot that I too could get clean, not once, but twice. Listen, you don't know the message? If you hear people talk about the message, and you trying to figure out, like, what's this damn message, right? Let me tell you, because it ain't no secret. The message is 3 parts. Thank God that in the attic. So that means you come here snorting, smoking, drinking, shooting it up. I don't care if you put it in your toes, your neck, your butt. I don't care. Look, an addict, any addict could get clean. That's that miracle. Could get clean. Lose the desire to use. Wow. And find a new way to live. And I'm coming here, and I keep on coming here because I'm still trying to find a new way to live. I still operate out of self-obsession and self-centeredness and fear and compulsion on a daily basis. So I need to find a new way to live. I lied my way through life, manipulated my way through life. Listen, sometimes being responsible and showing up for my 9 to 5 is hard. And if I could, I still got this itty bitty committee up here that say, you know what? You could go smoke you some crack. You need to lose some weight anyway. Right? So you could smoke you some crack on Friday. Still, 19 years, by the grace of God, I got 18 years. Let me not look at you. 18 years, right? My disease told me last week, go get you some crack. Friday come Monday, you would have lost 30 pounds. You just lock yourself in that room, go get you some, Then you're going to have to buy some cigarettes because during this process, I also stopped smoking cigarettes, right? But I know they go hand in hand. And then I'm going to have to get some beer. And see, before, I've been here before. Remember I told you this is, by the grace of God, I was able to get clean and stay clean again. Because I came here in 94 with a year clean. No, I got clean in 94. And when I came here to Portland, I found the meeting, I worked the steps, I had a sponsor, and then I stopped. And you know what happens after that, right? And it doesn't matter how much you have or how much you know or how much you think you know. When the disease come knocking and you ain't got no tools, you done gave away your clean ticket and the behaviors started wilding out on behaviors and doing some stuff. See, I used to say this was my 94 recovery. I reserved the right. And then you could put in a blank, right? I reserved the right to kick your ass. Right? And that's what I would do. Listen, I come from a home. My daddy abused my mama, and my mama abused us. I reserved the right to steal if I wanted to. With clean time. I'm talking about me and my behaviors and what got me back out there with a damn crack pipe in my mouth. Going through my cupboard looking for anything with a percent side after it. That means the damn mouthwash. Because at the end of the day, I just had to get off of E. I just had to get the shakes to go away. Because I'm going to do it this way. After having some freedom, I had, my addict told me, you know what? Go get you some good wine, girl. And don't drink it out the bottle this time. Yeah, sound good to me. I was already popping pills and didn't know I had already compromised my recovery. But see, the behaviors was there. I was having multiple relationships and I was married. I believed in monogamy, but yet I was cheating. What do you do when your principles, like you sell yourself short and you go against your own principles? When you compromise and prostitute your own principles. I'm not talking about the other kind of prostitution, but that comes too. So, with multiple years clean, a compromised recovery because I started doing pills, started trading pills with my girlfriend and them. We collected key tags, calling the pills candy, and girl, you got some of that candy. And we had years clean, or so we thought, right? So the disease said, we're going to do it this way. And you're not going to get no more liquor. Because that's the problem. That more liquor will have you putting your hands on people, will have you acting crazy. So get you some good beer. And I stayed on this alcohol maintenance program. Listen, when you use, it might not be tomorrow. You might not pick up and your heart explode. And I want to say if you're lucky, but that's my story. Because my story is that I used and I lived. And I returned to that zombie light, the living dead. I returned to the animalistic person that I had once been before. I had returned to that woman who would sell her soul. And at the end of the day, it wasn't about the next hit. It was about the next drink. Maybe a sip or something. Just give me something. I was low. And I couldn't stop using. And I had the information. I knew what freedom was like and I gave it up. And at the end of the day, that just, like you're going to drink some wine and not out the bottle, became 3 years later. And I couldn't stop using it. And I just wanted to die. Like a year into the thing, I figured I was using against my will. And at that very moment, I tried to kill myself. And that didn't work. And I didn't stop using. Kept on. Because the will to live was like gone. I had became so low. It's rough when you got to wipe your ass with a dirty sock. or a paper bag or something, anything. Like in the beginning, when I first relapsed, he used to call me Bubble Bath Leslie. Because I was bougie with it. See, I had accumulated some resources, some things along the way. And I would sit in that tub full of bubbles and run it for hours and hours with my tray of drugs and my drink. And at the end of that time, at the end of that 3 years, y'all, I couldn't take no shower. Like I couldn't brush my teeth. Not because I didn't have soap and toothpaste, but because it was too much, like, right. It was too much, like I was gonna miss something, right? Like I was reduced to being an animal again. Listen, I'm going to read this and you're going to give me some times, right? I'm going to read a couple of things. I was talking about the literature early. Our program is amazing. This is the fellowship, right? But our program resides in these books, the basic text. It works how and why. Just for today, the journey continues. And now we got this spiritual principle a day. Who would have thunk it? Like, just trying, and I had to get me a dictionary when I came around, right? Because I didn't know, like, humility. I just know I didn't want to be humiliated again, called up on my knees somewhere. And I don't even like that. Hello? Listen. I got a wife today. I don't like that. Oh, anyway. I digress. Okay, so the program, right? Whew. Spiritual principle of the day. I'm going to read that, and then I'm going to read a little bit something else, and then I'm going to close. But I just want to give you really run it down, right, how I qualify. And it's something I said, like my qualifications. I've been thinking about doing this thing and applying for this job for 2 years. Because it was the job I had before I used, right? And so fear, they're not gonna hire me back, they not, I had so much wreckage, I can't, they not. So I finally put in the application, right? Just threw it up. They shoot me the second part, answer these questions. Woo, you talk about qualified, I'm so hot. I had to get 2 more extensions to complete this damn personal history. It ended up being 43 damn pages. I was sick when I pushed submit. I was sick in my gut. Like they don't know. They don't know what it's like. But I qualify here. I'm among people who get me. Who done did some shit like I did some shit. And it's staying clean no matter what. So 2 extensions and 43 pages later, like, it's God's will now. See, I want to control everything and everybody, but whatever God's will be, will be. One thing I know for sure is that recovery has given me the ability to be the person I've always dreamed being. Like, I could become that person I wanted to be as a little girl. Recovery gave me that gift, right? Recovery gave me a lot of gifts. I'm a homeowner. Like I got an education. I got a secondary education. And I did pretty damn good in school. Like I prided myself in getting some good grades. Right? This year marks 10 years at my job. Like, wow. Only by the grace of God and recovery. So, this spiritual principle today was right up my alley. So let's go. It talks about, I kept on saying I'm going to go back, I'm going to qualify. But what I was saying is that I'm going to tell y'all my drug story, but y'all know my drug story, because y'all ass sitting here too, right? I used a lot at a young age. Before I could get out of grade school, I was sent home for being drunk. By the time I was 12, I was having multiple relationships. I thought I had a sugar daddy, but really it was a pedophile relationship. He was 62, I was 12. And had a long-term relationship. No, it wasn't a relationship because I was 12 when he groomed me into being in a sexual relationship. And when I drank, I was a promiscuous, violent drunk. And on top of that, you're right, that Jane Bobbitt kind of stuff, right? Whatever name is. I just know it's Bobbitt. But, yeah. By the grace of God. By the grace of God. This program is for the folks who want to be here because Lord knows Portland, New York, from Poughkeepsie, New York, upstate, to Portland, Oregon, and all in between is filled with folks that need to be here. You could go on every corner in North and downtown and see folks that need to be right here. But you got to have a desire to be here. And it got to outweigh your desire to get loaded. To check the hell out somewhere. Right? Accepting our imperfect selves. I'm sorry if you read this morning and you'll hear it again. Accepting that we make mistakes and that they are not the end of the world or the end of a relationship is part of coming to terms of our own humanity. As from the Living Clean, chapter 5, friendship. Self-destruct mode is a common default setting for many addicts. When we screw up, we think, maybe it's just better if I don't talk to them ever again. This self-defeating mindset would have us avoid uncomfortable conversations at all costs. We come to learn that these awkward moments are rich opportunities for growth. Step 10 gets us in the habit of examining our part in every situation. We see our liabilities, but no longer believe we are the sum total of our mistakes. We learn to sustain relationships instead of blowing them up and walking away. We make amends when it's warranted. We learn how to communicate directly, to know our limits, to listen, and to apologize. We learn to be as forgiving with ourselves as we are with others. When we accept the humanity of those around us, by extension, we could grasp our own humanity. We start to treat ourselves with more compassion and embrace our imperfection. We find, as one member put it, that we are broken in all the right places. Being real and flawed and vulnerable and self-aware is attractive. We connect with others when we allow ourselves to be fully human. I'm learning to treat myself as a friend. Instead of a liability, I will strive to set my broken pieces into their proper context and wholly embrace the mosaic that I am. Thanks for letting me share.